Good evening, everyone. My name is Luang Pi John. I think I met many of you before, and maybe today, the first time for many as well. And I'm a Thai monk, even though my name is John. Maybe you thought I'm from Singapore, like Anthony, but I'm a Thai monk, and I speak Thai. But since today we have international guests as well, so I guess we're gonna continue the sessions in English. Okay. So I've been a monk for 14 years, and this is exactly what I'm doing for all those 14 years. So these are some pictures of me traveling to different countries, teaching meditation. I've been to 70 countries in my 14 years as a monk. So I've been to Europe, Latin America, and Africa, and I teach meditation to many people, especially all of them. I think majority of them are non-Buddhists. So I'm not normally teaching like Buddhism to these people, just the meditation, because these days a lot of people they actually need meditation, right? You feel that you need meditations as well? Okay. Right. So I know I will spend like a brief moment to explain what we're gonna do. Otherwise, you might feel like I'm gonna surprise you with something like during the meditation guide. Um, let's get into the basics of the meditation first. Okay. So as a human being, we have two parts: the body and the mind. And usually, I compare with a computer because a computer also have two parts as well. First is the hardware, and the second is the software, right? The software of the machine controls the hardware. Similarly, we also have the mind that controls the body. Why do we use the word control? Well, let's imagine one scenario when you have you eat your favorite food. Maybe that's pad thai. When I travel, everyone just know pad thai, so I just say pad thai. Probably not yours. Um, and then you eat with your friends, your family, people that you love during a party. Then that food is gonna taste very nice, right? But on the other day, if you eat exactly the same food again, but then your mind is worried. Maybe because of your work, maybe you are in a quarantine, maybe you have a lot of things in your mind, and you eat exactly the same food with the same song prepared by the same chef. Will the food taste the same or not? No, maybe, yeah. But you can't guarantee you're gonna enjoy it in the same way, right? And that's because you didn't eat with the same mind. So basically, the mind is so important. We need to make sure that it is happy and maybe peaceful. Otherwise, what we're gonna see, maybe what we're gonna hear, and everything we're gonna do in our life will depend on the quality of our own mind. However, a mind has one nature. It thinks, thinks a lot, right? Ever since you are here in this room, how many thoughts have you been having so far? One, two, three, four? Many, right? If you have many thoughts, that's exactly what other people are having as well. So don't worry, you're not strange. But the thing is that when we think about one thing, before our mind has a conclusion, it moves to the next thought. And before we can conclude our second thought, it moves to the third one, to the fourth one, to the fifth one, coming back to the first one again, right? Has this happened recently? Yes. And that's the problem because if we compare ourselves with a computer, like maybe a mobile phone is computers as well, and then you you have limited memory. Like you have 16 iPhone. Anyone still carrying 16 iPhone? Probably not anymore. Yours are 32, maybe 64, 128. Yeah, because 16 iPhone is not going to be able to hold any info. Like you download some songs and say it's full again, right? So if your memory is full, that is when you probably cannot think about anything properly anymore, right? And I think it happens sometimes because this is perhaps, if I would try to illustrate the content of your mind, your mind probably contain thoughts about work, about life, about travel, when we're going to be able to travel abroad again, right? If you try to focus and your mind shift to other thoughts, you will need to use more energy to keep it at the thought that you want to focus on, right? And that's the problem. The problem is, according to some stats, they say that we spend 45% of our time thinking about the past and another 45% of our time thinking about the future, right? So basically, how many percent do we have left? Well, from basic calculation, we just have 10%, and that's not good. So our life has, tight schedule, busy day, busy life. We're gonna need to give ourselves also simple day, simple life. I think we've been in a situation before, right? That you've been through your whole day, you've been thinking a lot about work, your mind is so busy, and by the end of the day, you feel like you didn't want to do anything anymore. You just want to stay still, just want to stop thinking. Have you been in that situation before? Yes? Yes. And what did you do? You didn't continue thinking. No. Probably you didn't do anything, right? You probably just want to sit back, relax, and do nothing. That is exactly what meditation is about. That is how we allow our mind to release amount of thoughts and feel more relaxed. Okay, so meditation is just, okay, close your eyes and free the mind. However, if I ask you, everyone here, to close your eyes and think about nothing, you be able to do that, but not for long. Maybe you can do that for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, but then you start having thoughts again. So we are not going to use this technique to do a meditation. We are going to think. That's going to be easier. But we're going to think about only one thing at a time. For example, we're going to think about like our breathing. We're going to breathe deeply, softly, and slowly, and try to keep our attention with the breath. Okay. So meditation is about keeping our attention with one thing so that our mind will not wander into something else. But while you are doing this, you're gonna do this relaxingly. So meditation is not just about focusing. It's not about concentrating, but it's about the balance between 50% concentration and 50% relaxation. Believe me, if you understand this part correctly, your meditation from now on is going to be much easier. For many people, they thought that meditation is about closing their eyes and keep their mind focusing on one thing. And they can't do that for long because they don't feel relaxed, right? So if you want to feel relaxed, then the first thing that you need to do, you have to relax from closing your eyes. You have to relax from breathing in and out. So meditation is not just the science, but it has an artistic part as well. It's about the balance again, art and science. You see, now we talk about the two balances. The first one is the balance between concentration and relaxation. So in Thai, sati and sabai. And the second balance is, in fact, meditation is about art and science. So we need to have both. Okay, so while you're doing meditation, if you don't do with the same mind, then it's not going to give you the same result. Okay. And the second meaning of the word balance here as well, or the third one, okay, we will keep our mind here at the center of the body. Okay, we talk about the balance, or sometimes we use the word middle ways as well, or in Thai, Thang Sai Klang, Matchima Patipatha. This is a path at the center of your body, okay? Actually, this center of the body, this is discovered recently by science, by scientists, that it has over 100 million brain cells in your gut. So as many as they are in the head of a cat. It's like you have a cat brain in your stomach, And if you keep your mind here, your mind can also feel good. Yeah, like probably we need more explanation, but we have Dr. Pansak here, and he's an expert in gut feeling. Sorry, gut health. You can talk to him later. Okay. um, Also, this ENS. Okay, I just copy from the internet. I know very little about this, but I think this is something that the modern science is meeting with the ancient wisdoms. They are together now because this statue of a monk showing, oh, there's something in a stomach. So this monk was trying to say that keeping the mind at the center of the body is still so important. It has been there for centuries, but no one knows what it is about. And now with the modern science, there's an explanation that there's a part called ENS, and that produce serotonin, and that's going to be very like 95% of the serotonin produced in the body comes from there. Okay. So we're going to use this technique to keep our mind at the center of the body by following our breath. Okay. So if you breathe deeply, softly, and slowly, you can feel that the awareness of your breath is going all the way to the middle of your stomach. Do it again. Breathe in deeply, softly, and slowly. And feel the awareness of your breath moving all the way to the middle of your stomach. And then breathe out. Can you feel that? Yes? If you can keep your mind with the awareness of the center of the body, you just have to bring it back several times. Probably you will not be able to keep it stick over there for long. Your mind will definitely be distracted. Okay. But if you keep bringing it back softly, gently, following my voice, then it's going to be much easier. All right. And then during the meditation, you will have distractions for sure. And there are two ways to overcome those distractions. The first way is if you have distractions in terms of sound, like maybe during a meditation, someone started to feel too relaxed and they probably will fall asleep. That could happen. So if that is you, please allow the person next to you to to wake you up. Yeah, just allow the person, but please touch the person very softly. Okay, not like wake up, something like that. But then the sound, those sound, happy sound or whatever sound it is in the room, if any, please switch off the phone. By the way, it could actually get you out of your meditation. So we're gonna need to create our personal sound. So imagine that you have a Bluetooth speaker and you put in your stomach, and this Bluetooth speaker say something like clear and bright, clear and bright, clear and bright. Of course, we have the Spanish versions as well, like Claro y Brillante. We have some Dutch friends. I don't know the Dutch version. um, then we have the African version, Hakuna Matata. That's African, Swahili. Or Klar und Hell. That's German, right? Or the version that I would propose for Thai friends or anyone who like to try is this one, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, which means the right way to purify the mind. Okay, so you're gonna keep speaking this in the mind. This is not a singing class, so I hope no one is gonna actually say it out loud. Otherwise, we're not gonna meditate. We're gonna actually have a thinking practice together. Okay, and another way to deal with distractions, we are going to keep our mind with one image. Because if we do not have any image on our screen at all when we close our eyes, there might be any images appearing at any time. So in order to work around this, we just visualize an image. And this one can be something so simple like the sun, the moon, a star. You can name it, like a bubble or crystal ball or something like that. Just imagine one image, like you dream about it. You dream about it. Doesn't have to be so clear because it's not the same when you see with your eyes. Okay. So you're just gonna imagine, for example, if you visualize the sun, it could be like this. It doesn't have to be exactly the image from NASA that they show you that it has a corona thing. Oh, sorry, not coronavirus. The corona of the sun. Okay. Um, and then you just keep it inside yourself, like the feeling that now your mind stays only with the image of the sun. All right. So now we are ready for our meditation practice. I'm going to guide you with a short meditation sessions. Just listen to my voice and then we meditate together. All right. Anyone who was feeling a little relaxed in this meditation, could you raise your hand? Yeah. Nine, more or less. Were you able to maybe at some point manage to stop your mind from thinking at all, even though that could be a very short moment, like 2 seconds? Yeah. Okay. How was the feeling at that moment? Do you remember? Empty. Yeah, that's great. That's a great feeling. Yeah. Because normally the mind never been empty like that, right? Huh? Floating. Wow. That's cool. Well, nice to hear that. Anything else? Floating, empty, maybe light. Yeah. Light or peace. Huh? Just relax. Okay. Very good. All right. So you can see that these good feelings are already within. We just need to come back to ourselves because our mind wanders and moves away from the body. When the mind is one way and the body is the other way, we will hardly find such feeling. But if you can bring the body and the mind together, the body is the home of the mind. And now the mind comes back home and stay within. That is when you will be able to feel this feeling anywhere, anyhow. So I hope you will consider this to be a part of your daily routine. Just few seconds. Sorry, few minutes. Seconds. They're too short. Yeah. Like today, we meditated for just now almost 40 minutes. Like, how long did you feel? It's not too long, right? Yeah, so this is something that you can do on your own as well. Maybe it's going to be easier with a guide. So, yeah, hopefully you have time that we can meet together. But if you will do it at home, you can just focus on one technique and keep your mind back whenever it wanders. All right, so I think we have few minutes for questions. If you have any questions. But if your mind is still empty and you don't have any question, that's fine too. Because sometimes it happens. Like, oh, I don't want to ask any questions. My mind is still clear and empty. Yeah. Yes, please. I wouldn't recommend you lie down on your bed and meditate because first of all, again, meditation is about the balance between relaxation and concentration. It's not about relaxation alone. And if you lie down on your bed, okay, you're gonna feel relaxed, but then you're gonna probably fall asleep in 5 or 10 minutes, and you can't meditate longer than that. Oh, that's good. Perhaps something you can do while lying down on your bed as well. But if you really want to enter a different kind of feeling, it happens when you manage to first find the balance between relaxation and concentration. So what happens today was you try to relax, 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 relax. But if you feel to relax, you might fall asleep. You might feel like, oh, where am I now? But then you try to concentrate again, concentrate, concentrate, or we have to repeat some mantra, we have to visualize some image. But if you reach the top and you don't feel relaxed, that is when you started to have maybe a little feeling of uncomfortable feeling. So the meditation is now going down and up, down and up, down and up the whole time. But the good thing is every time you cross the middle line or the middle way, it feels great. So the principle is we need to practice until we can narrow the gap that go the mind goes down and up so that it kind of go along the middle line, the middle way as much as possible. And with more practice, it may go flat um, possible. Yeah. So I would recommend you lie down and meditate because it will never let you reach that balance for long. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes, please. Yeah. Even while you're meditating, right? Okay. You just need to pay no attention to any different sensations of your body because during this time, when your mind starts releasing some negative things. I would say it's detoxification. So you might feel different sensations happening to your body. Some people will feel like there's some ants crawling the bodies or some irritating like feelings a little bit. So at this point, if you manage to pay no attention to it and keep your mind focusing on something else, eventually these feelings disappear. It disappeared, right? You don't have it now because that was the trick of the mind. It will not want you to go deeper. Right. Actually, there are like a little part that I didn't mention today is called viruses of the mind. And these viruses of the mind try to prevent you to go into the state when your mind is not being controlled by those viruses anymore. All right. Actually, I'm smiling. I want to show you that I'm smiling. I hope you're smiling as well. Huh? Okay, great. All right, so I guess there is no more question now. Yeah, so I'm very happy to be with all of you today. Hope to see you again.